So today is van build day.
It's cold. Okay, van build day. First thing we need to do, empty the van of all the rubbish, and then we can start measuring and cutting the aluminium. Now this week's video is different to the usual content in that it's documenting some of the van builds that we've done. Now disclaimer, this is not a tutorial. I have very little DIY skills and I have zero experience in van builds. What it is aiming to do is, if like me you have been dreaming of getting a van for the last 4 or 5 years and you found every excuse under the sun not to make that happen, I'm hoping this will encourage you to go out and get one. Just do it. The plan of the build was to make something that is simple to build, first of all. Something that's suitable for solo trips for myself when I go out with my camera, and something suitable for long weekend adventures with Kelly, myself, and the 2 dogs. So let's see how we get on. Roll VT. So I've got a bit more space to work now. When we were planning the van and we put all the cardboard modelling in, the first issue I came up against was I measured from the bottom there of the seat, not taking into account the driver's seat that was sloping back. So first things first, let's find out where that unit needs to go, and then we can remeasure and see if the fridge will still fit in, or if we have to shrink the size of the bed a little bit. Now, I don't really want to shrink the size of the bed, but I'm not overly tall. I'm 5'9" and Kelly's even smaller. She's about 2'3", something like that. So she won't notice if the bed's any smaller. But yeah, we'll see how we go. So what I thought I'd do is let's get a straight edge to the back of the van, the back of the seat, get a square, so that's square to the bottom of the van now. Let's put a mark there. And then let me get you in, I'll show you how far out we are. So look, I started measuring from the blue tape, and this is the new mark of where it is at the back of the seat. So we'll have that much to make up somewhere. So let's get the drawings back out and see if we can replan and figure out that discrepancy.
So today is van build day. But first I need to figure this out. It did come with some instructions, and I think maybe I should read them. Okay, I think that's set up now. Blade's changed to aluminium blade. Let's have a practice run. Glasses on. I found some old aluminium that I need to take to the tip. So let's pop it in.
That's scary, don't like that. Right, okay, let's crack on. $17.90. Let's do this on the floor. First cut is the deepest. Right. 1790. Double check that. Measure twice, cut once. 1790. Yep. Okay. First one done. Alrighty. Nice clean cut. That'll do. Right, now we want... What do we want? A 1270 in 3 360s. My driveway isn't flat, it's on a slope. I feel like I'm falling to the van every time. Right, let's get these fastened together. Got these little brackets, corner brackets that will fit in there and fit on there, hold them in place. I bought these are quite expensive. I bought these from the company. I only bought enough for the seating area from this company because they're expensive, and then there's another company, a Chinese supplier I think they are, on Amazon. I used that for the kitchen area because there's no weight on it, and I suspect they're a little more brittle than these, but they're an awful lot cheaper. So right, let's see how we get on here. Okay, so here, have a look. So that is going to be something like that. Need to figure out the legs at the back to accommodate the wheel arch, but that will be the first side of the bench, and then we'll do a bit of the back that goes across, and then yeah, we're on a roll. These things are fiddly. The little brackets. First issue that I came up against, well, this will be the second issue because we've already had the first issue. Let me come and get you and I'll show. This is my lack of experience. So I measured from this point here, not taking into account that this goes in here. So when you look where the foot is, quite a bit short of this. So I've had to make a minor amendment. We'll pull it out a little bit. So we take it to about there. So we have got a bit of a gap, but we're going to have plywood on top anyway for the benching. Hopefully we'll be okay. And what I do still need to figure out is I've measured for the bench to go there. I haven't quite decided on how I'm going to make the bed. So for the first stab, I was just going to have a piece of plywood on the top and then a hinge with another piece of plywood to fold out, but I'm not sure how I'm going to support it on this side. So I might bring the bench out a little bit further so I can use the kitchen, put something on the kitchen to support the plywood when it comes out. Initially I wanted it on drawers that pulled out, but I couldn't quite figure that out, so I think we'll get the basic done. So we start using the van, and then that'll be one of the first modifications that we'll look at doing, changing how the bed pulls out. So let's crack on. Okay, so plan, what are we on? B. Plan B. Because we've had to move this edge in here further out, what I'd calculated for the section between the two now needs to be shorter. So I'm trying to figure out what length it needs to be. So I've kind of tried my best to get that, using this, get this one straight, and measured from the wall to there. It's about 9.5 centimetres, and then measuring from here, subtracting 9.5 centimetres plus the 2 centimetres and 2 centimetres for there. I think we've got a new length, but it might be racket eye, twisted gob. Let's see how we get on. So I brought everything inside just because there's a bit more space to work. I can stand up and we can move around. 4 changes today, which I suppose is the beauty of this stuff. This stuff is so easy to work with, and we're building the basic frame, putting it together like this, we can easily find out what works and what doesn't work. So before we put strengthening beams in and make it all sturdy, we're going to make 4 changes. So change number 1, the power bank was supposed to be in this kitchen unit. In reality, putting that big heavy power bank, hey Molly, putting the big heavy power bank through this space here, it was hurting my back. We just can't do it. So what we're doing is we're moving the power bank from that position to a unit that I'm building at the side of the behind the driver's seat and the side of the bed. Now the fridge was going to go there, so now the fridge is going to go over here, but the fridge I was looking to buy is too big, because we have a wheel arch that's there. It's too long, it won't fit in, so we're going to go back to the traditional style of fridge that's going to fit in the end here. That fridge is a little bit wider, so we're going to have to make this kitchen unit a couple of centimetres wider. So that's the second change that we're going to have to do. So we'll replace these with slightly longer beams there. The third change is I think I figured out the pull-out bed. So in order to get it long enough or wide enough, the bed, we're going to have to make the benching area 5 centimetres longer. So that will give us a pull-out bed of around 110 centimetres, I think it is, which is almost the size of a double-sized bed. So we'll do that, lengthen those two, make it a little bit longer. And the fourth change is we were looking at foam last night, and we want the thicker, comfier foam. So this is too high. So we're going to take 6 centimetres off each of the legs to lower it down by 6 centimetres, and then we can get the thicker foam on the top. So I think today we're going to ignore this, focus on this, get this lowered, get to right height, get all the strengthening posts in, figure out where the legs are going at the back, get this in the van, and then that'll be hopefully a workable seating area and pull-out bed. Oh, can you see me chopping my head off? So here we are. I think we are about there. Yeah. So we have the kitchen unit built. There's just one leg to put on here, which is longer because of the footwell. So that's a bit wobbly. So we have the fridge is going to be here with the door opening. That's going to be a panel. We have a drawer that comes out the top with a piece of wood on top to lengthen the worktop. Drawer there, cupboard door there, L-shaped seating area. Pull-out bed, which hopefully will be easier once it's all fastened into the to the van. Storage under with a couple of doors, and then garage at the back through there. And this bit here is going to be partitioned off. Oh, chopping my head off again. This bit here is going to be partitioned off for coats, to hang some wet coats, and there's going to be a cupboard here for tools that go in there, and then space at the bottom for dirty boots. So yeah, I think I'm quite pleased with it. A few amendments along the way. So we'll get this in the van, fastened in the van, and we'll take it from there. Oh, so access to the back. I haven't decided whether or not we're going to go for some plywood, which with hinges there and there, so they both open up so I can access the back, or whether or not we just do what we're doing for the rest of it, which I bought these slats from IKEA, which we're going to use to fasten onto here, so when the bed pulls out, the things will come out, and it's like a standard pull-out bed. So yeah, see how it goes. I just looked at the van before moving this in, and it's filthy, so time for a quick hoover before we get this in. So here we are in the van. I'll give you a quick show around where we're up to so far. Spin you around. So this is the L-shaped seating area, and if I can do it with one hand, the bed that pulls out. And then if I go over here and sit down, we have the kitchen top that will go on here with a drawer. That'll just be a panel there for access at the back. Again, panel on this side, and this is where the fridge is going to go at the end here. So I have a fridge, and we'll have a drawer that pulls out. Whoa, very close. Pulls out there, and then we've got access through the side door there. No problem. So that's it for this video. I don't want to have too many van build videos. There'll probably be another couple. I think I'll do one with the woodwork for the bed slats and the kitchen worktop, I think. And Kelly wants to do one for the blinds and the cushions, making the cushions. She's just getting her dissertation out of the way first, which will be in a couple of weeks. And then we'll get out in the van, and we'll probably do, attached to some of our regular videos, some upgrade van videos as we go along. So the additional build that we'll do through time will be just as a van upgrade rather than a specific video. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it's encouraged you to go out and buy a van, build your own van and get out in your van. I've got zero experience in van building and I've enjoyed it. I've made lots of mistakes. I've learned lots of things along the way. But hopefully I've shown that it is achievable, it's doable, it's not that scary, and I've quite enjoyed it. So thank you for watching this video, and hopefully we'll see you in the next. Jesus. Oop. So today, look at the bleeding screen. Can you see me? Yeah. So here we are. I wonder if I'm in focus. Just looked at the van before moving this in and it's filthy. So quick hoover and then job's a good one. Oh, for God's sake. I've just looked. Hello. So the plan of there's not. I don't want to have too many van build video. So I think that's it for this video. I don't want to have too many van build. Fucking hell.